Madden 17. Today I'm going to be finishing up my cornerback career. I am in the divisional playoffs. I am the #1 seed. So we are going to be taking on the Chiefs after this. Sorry about that. Late last night, I made a weapons guide for the sidearms of Modern Warfare and why that would be the best ones. You can check it out on the YouTube channel, follow Ryan. Go ahead and comment and see what you like on it. Also,
we're gonna get at them. Execute your assignment.
But let's go ahead and win this and take the Super Bowl, and then I'll be back on Modern Warfare Play Season 6. Come on. Nice. So far we got silver, so we can't go for gold. We got gold. So we can't win against the Chiefs.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here in the divisional round, the pressure gets dialed up several more notches. Some players rise to the occasion, some can't handle the heat. We'll see who shines in the spotlight and gets his team to the conference title game. It's the Chiefs going up against the Ravens. With that, let's get you up to M&T Bank Stadium. On the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Alright, Ravens, let's do this.
First down throw, it's Smith. And his first look is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Charles the low set back. They'll get the football here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The defense won that play so fast, and I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On second down, Jamal Charles. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8. And it sets up a 3rd and 15.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, Dustin Colquitt to punt for KC. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And the Ravens taking the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're... They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to...
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 36. We have played a quarter here in this AF. begin the drive with Charles. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Finding time. Looking middle, and that's complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Ooh.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone. And now here comes Kansas City. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Going underneath for Charles. And he'll get this up past the 25, out of bounds. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. My feet going to get down inbounds. On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
A dump off for Charles. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Smith on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Throwing is Smith. He's got time in the pocket. Caught. Kelce, left side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again is Smith. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 2nd down, here's Smith. He's got time. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And good field
Nice.
position coming up here. The football And now here comes Kansas City. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You like
right.
that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
To throw on second down is Smith. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Surveying the field. Looking left side. That's caught by Macklin. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of one. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
That was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. A shotgun snap for Smith. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And now it's second down. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith finding time. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 43. Look at the dance and the juke. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens. And now here comes Kansas City. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know,
no, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
Out of the gun, Smith. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there for sack number 127 in his great career.
Oh,
Moving
yeah.
him past
Woo.
Kansas City Hall of Famer
Yeah.
Derek Thomas on the all-time list. This is taken around the 12. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will come back. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Second down following the incompletion. From the gun, here's Smith. Time for a break. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Smith. They find some open field here. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Smith on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. So 2nd and 10 here.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Screen pass to Charles. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Off of play action, here's Smith. He's got time in the pocket. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it, or if the one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Woo!
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
Nice.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say.
success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more
We got
steps ahead,
gold.
so you gotta keep it up.
We got gold.
Got a
We
mansion,
got
a condo,
gold.
cabin. I sleep in my phantom. Dancing with the stars to the star-spangled banner. I change your channel, I change your pattern. I ring your Saturn. I your madam, she get and I
Something
shake the
outside?
ladder. I make her and gather
Huh?
and calculate the
There's
data.
something outside
I
you see?
listen up for the snakes or the baby rattle. I play no shadows, don't play no games. I straight get at them. I'm on a all day like it's my favorite album.
I play the salmon, the Cayman Islands dancer. If I don't get the car first, I have a temper tantrum. I innovative, I demonstrated this, played it. I don't care if you owe me it. You need to pay me. I kiss your lady, then kiss the baby. Get situated, get keys off table and leave it. I really made it, get it made. Won't wrestle, cause I spatula all you action figures.
Tiny like a spider on a spud web. I got some on my thumbnail. I feed it to my girls. They say, yeah.
I'm doing this for the L. When I go, I'ma leave for the belt. I told you did like a chef. I want a Ferrari in yellow, just so I can match all my yellow. I've been a player since elementary. I got more bars than a penitentiary. I got to hang several inches.
I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. A berth to the Super Bowl at stake here in the Conference Championship. What more needs to be said? No doubt one of these players will leave the field a hero with his focus squarely on winning that Super Bowl trophy. It's the Chargers going up against the Ravens. With that, let's get you on up to Baltimore as we welcome in our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are coming to you from the heart of Baltimore, nestled between Russell Street and I-395. We're at M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the San Diego Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The postseason continuing here on E.
Let's do this. Here we go. For the championship. What, am I coming? Not him.
A first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. And they'll
Tripped right
blow
over the
that one
line.
up back at the 16-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target when things aren't going so well. But I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, second to last in the entire NFL. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening. This is 3rd and long. Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. He's got time. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down,
touch us.
bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
He steps into this one,
Oh,
and this is
wow.
a rocket. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
What a kick. They ain't gonna give me a chance to
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3
Really?
and out.
Come on,
What
Ravens.
changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience
Come on,
and some
Ravens.
moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. You can almost see the wheels turning for the offensive coordinator there. Edge pressure you want to use against them. Oftentimes when they get into the backfield, they're disrupting things. But if they get there too quickly, you can actually slip the ball to a runner and get past them. That didn't happen on that play, though.
Danny Woodhead is intended target, and it's 4th down.
Oh well, they got a field goal.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Rivers to throw it. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw, Rivers. Surveying the field. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. The Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Elvis Dumerville in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage. But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 15.
No,
so possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offense.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half?
Oh,
because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Here's Woodhead. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone. So out come the Chargers. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Rivers now gives to Woodhead. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
4th quarter.
Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 3rd down, Rivers finds his target. It's Gates. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Rivers now from the 50. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw is Rivers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
Let's go.
To the air again here, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They run for it with Woodhead. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know.
Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Caught by Gates, left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Stevie Johnson was the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Again, it's Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Charger, Eric Weddle. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
Here we go. I wonder who we're gonna face. Saints or Panthers? Nah, I'll probably say Saints. I'll get to you when I get done with Super Bowl, okay? I know, kiddo, but you've been in my room all night, alright? No, you're not gonna stay. No. Oh, it's against the Saints! Oh, the great Troopers. Prevent a first down, okay? What a lag. Wow. My game just went. Okay, chat, I'm trying to play here. Yes, I realize it's almost me kidding. That's out of bounds.
All right, man, bring it in tight, bring it in tight. Let me tell you something. That was the best practice of the season. Not a single mental mistake. That's
Oh,
the
look
type
at
of
goals.
practice championship teams have. Keep it up.
Let's do this. Woo! Heck yeah. Hey, I need a... Never mind.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. What a season it's been, and what a Super Bowl this will be. And for this fella, it'll need to be his best game of the year. He'll be looking to blanket the opposing receivers and take away any big plays. It's the Ravens going up against the Saints.
Super Bowl!
So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call here on Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. We are honored to be here for the biggest spectacle in sports, the Super Bowl. Are you ready, partner?
I am more than ready, and I love the word you used, honored, because it is an honor to be here. It's a privilege to be here. My excitement is just about to burst through the booth. I can't wait to do this.
Well, and sitting with both of these teams and talking in the meetings and media day and all the hoopla that goes into this, there was one common theme. They're ready to stop the talking and start playing football.
Yeah, they were probably ready a while ago. Now they can just focus on it. It's done. The only talking they have to worry about now is post-game, and they hope that they'll be talking as the winning team.
And we'll see. You know, both sides come in with a game plan to start. We'll see how the adjustments are made throughout, because there are always adjustments in this game.
I want to see if they come out conservative, trying to minimize errors, or if they have enough confidence to attack early and try and take advantage of the other team's nervousness.
Here we go. Here we go. Woo! Here we go. The Super Bowl! I'm like so excited. I'm super excited.
We begin the next
All right,
half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense.
Woohoo! It's Super Bowl! Super Bowl! And to be honest, Ravens my team, and my mom's team's actually the same, so and my mom doesn't play.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Breeze to throw on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Kobe Flainer, the tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he's got Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Here's Breeze, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wondering about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
This is fielded inside the 5. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Yeah. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Ingram again, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Breeze. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really in the plane of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. It's complete. Fleener, right side. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here. We head toward halftime. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Finding time. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics. And they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. From midfield, here's Breeze. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Well, again, they'll throw with Breeze. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Lawrence Guy in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens out onto the field comes New Orleans. They come out here in the I. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
He was looking for Mark Ingram there, and it's third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball, and that didn't happen on that play.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down.
Still in the lead
Two
for the
receivers left, one to the right. From the gun on third down, Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Back to the running game. It's Ingram, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. In the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Throwing on first down is and Cooks has it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Long drive, the defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They go play action for Ingram. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Now Breeze gotta have this one. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now the rookie's free. 20, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Take a pick six.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty? Like a guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there.
Pilot?
You know,
Not
kind of like
gonna
put
go
up
for
in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Oh, the spin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. First down, Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Breeze now on 1st down. It's complete. Fleener, right side. A little under 2 minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. We're back to crown a champion after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Again, it's Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. The intended target there was Tim Hightower. And it's all over. Just one is left standing.
I won the Super
and
Bowl.
that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions.
Yay!
And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Oh, some good hits, though.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job.
Nice.
Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Hi, guys. Time for me to get some food.
I bet you that
by and it goes untouched.
The Jets are now on the clock.
And the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury your life. I let my means of being dissolved. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials of the anti-Midas. Snap on the back lawn, look up in the sky, it's shit.
All right, now that the Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
Early in the offseason, a lot of scouts were concerned with his ability to run a pro offense. The majority of the snaps he took in college were out of the shotgun formation, which gave teams little tape of him dropping back to pass. So he spent the offseason training with a quarterback coach to work on his footwork and mechanics, and it seems to have paid off. He looked comfortable at the combine going through passing drills. Each time he squared his feet, kept his shoulders level, and threw an accurate pass. The team liked the development they saw enough to take him here. I think it was a good move.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
Don't make me wait. I need to hold in the darkness of the night. And when I stray, show me my place. You are my shelter, baby. Let me feel your light.
The Bengals are now on the clock. What can you tell us about the Bengals' newest player?
Sometimes an overall 40-yard time taken at face value can be misleading, and here's a good example why. At his pro day, you might have thought that he ran the same time as he did at the combine. But if you look at the split times, he was significantly quicker in the 10 and 20-yard splits than he was previously. His top were roughly the same, but what he was able to show was a quicker burst off the line, something that's valued on any position down in the trenches. His quicker first step helped him rise a bit over some of the other defenders and be taken with this pick.
The Texans are now on the clock. The Packers made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
I think if you go back and look at his all-star performance, you'll see what kind of linebacker he can be for this team. He was a tackling machine during the All-Star game, one of the few defenders to finish with over 10 tackles that day. But what scouts liked most out of his day was his sense of awareness and ability to read where the ball was going. He played with confidence and never let the option or play action catch him off guard, finishing with several tackles in the backfield. The GM loved what he saw out of him during All-Star Week, and it was a no-brainer taking him with this pick.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the Patriots' last pick.
He's been the subject of a fair amount of controversy after a mediocre season that culminated with one of the most impressive final games a defensive lineman has ever enjoyed. Critics claim he was the beneficiary of a tired offensive line, while his proponents cite an incredible swim and rip move that complement a powerful bull rush as the recipe to his success. If he struggles in the NFL and proves his critics right, it'll be interesting to see how much patience his new team has to watch him develop before moving in a different direction.
Now that he's off the board, Adam, tell us more about Mosley.
Like football, rugby's a sport that's played with guys of all shapes and sizes. In his case, he was one of the big guys pushing and pulling blocks in the center of the pitch. He was playing rugby for a university in Australia before he was recruited to transfer and play football for 2 seasons here in America. His first year was spent adjusting to the game, getting used to the different rules and how to play his position properly. The guy even had to adjust how he tackled now that he had to wear pads and a helmet. But his second year is really where we started to see what he could potentially do. He's a physical player at the line of scrimmage. The team was able to pick up a good addition to its line with a bit of an interesting history.
The end is nowhere in sight. From the streets to the tracks, here's to never looking back, 'cause the past doesn't last. Long as we're together, just keeps getting better. Just keeps getting.
Let's go to Schefter now with more to say on Smith.
He was dismissed from the team earlier this year after reportedly not showing up to several organized team activities. This immediately raised some red flags among scouting circles around the league. However, I've been told that he came off as very sincere during the combine, telling teams that he was a team player and he won't make the same mistakes again. That sounds good on paper, but this team will find out very soon if he can back it up.
Now that the Ravens have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
A high-flying, hard-hitting defensive back, he was the subject of much criticism earlier this year after being unable to put together consistent performances week to week. Consistency doesn't even do the roller coaster of emotions he went through justice. A better description may have been puzzling. After turning in an exceptional performance in Week 1 with 2 picks, he was downright terrible in Week 2, being burned for 3 touchdowns. Week 3 saw him force a fumble and return it for a touchdown, and then Week 4 saw him get beat on plays that led to critical scores in a close loss. The pendulum continued to swing both ways throughout the entire year, prompting one scout I spoke with to nickname him the Enigma. This pick could have a huge upside, providing this coaching staff has the patience for him to develop into a much more consistent player.
The Rams are now on the clock.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
I know you're terrified about what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave the lust, heart building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out, like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up what your friends think. Tell they bougie, go wait on.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Rap, tell them break your neck, gon' bust around. Going down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running around.
The Colts are now on the clock.
I might lose it. Lose it.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song.
The Vikings just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
I'll tell you, everyone was talking about him after the combine, and not exactly for the best of reasons. He was called out almost unanimously as one of the worst interviews at Indy. I spoke with a few of the scouts who sat down with him, and the common remarks I heard was that he was slow to respond, had very little to say, and definitely had his periods of awkward silence. Fortunately for him, how he plays is looked at more than how he talks. I think the team found a good player, even if he is lacking a little charisma.
I might lose it. I might.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
I might. Lose it. Lose it. I might lose it.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
Every year, the rookie who runs the fastest 40 at the Combine seems to immediately become very popular with NFL scouts. So after turning in the fastest time of his class, he's in the spotlight ever since. On top of that, his shuttle and three-cone times also help solidify the fact that he's just plain fast. The team could definitely use an injection of speed, and this is a step in the right direction.
The Redskins are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
If you go back and watch his pro day workout, you'll see this guy was a beast. One NFL defensive line coach put him through a brutal series of drills, and he came out of each one hungry for more. Matt Miller watched him on the sidelines and noticed he never took a knee, never got water, was always quick back to the line for another round. I spoke with the coach who ran his drills, and even he came away very impressed. It was his goal to find the kid's breaking point, but it never made an appearance. He's got a motor I can see causing fits for any offensive line. With this pick, their defensive line just got a much-needed injection of energy and attitude.
The Packers are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
She wants to overthrow our love. Maybe too much ain't enough. And we won't make it.
The Giants are now on the clock.
I'm just gonna go ahead and skip him and draft over here.
The Jaguars have made their pick.
Takes
Adam,
forever.
what can you tell us about him?
While he was never called a burner in school, his 40 at the Combine.
Alright, so since we got new teammates here, let's go and take a look at what we got, shall we? So Flacco's the quarterback. Ooh, look at all the halfbacks we took in. Jeremy Hill, Forsett, Dunbar, Isaiah Corral now, Tyler Farrell. Nice. He seems to have pretty good stuff. Oh, we got Josh Gordon. No way. Got Gilmore. Okay.
Hey, I'm only here for a minute. Bet you want a girl to keep it independent, and I know you gotta like a girl that's this appealing. Get you caught up in the moment, then I'll get you in your feelings. Tell your boys that you gon' meet them later on. Both of us are so taxi, leave the meter on. First time you out in Cali, never tried no strong, so you gon' have some stories to tell when you take it back home and tell them one time. So we always showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire. Get you out and get you rolling, get you gotta go. I got a flight up in the morning on.
I gotta upgrade my character here shortly also. We got a decent speed for him.
He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. Shout out to my that can get it independent and he looking for no love though. He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. He trying to stunt and give me drinks. I got the bottles in the section and I promise the
Alright. So let's upgrade me. I'm gonna go get something to eat after this. I'll go ahead and throw on some team color gloves here.
I wanna live like it's Mardi Gras and go dumb with my whole squad and don't need the R&R to regular life. I say au revoir. Hey, living life in the fast lane, million pain, only beat. So please come join me. One thing, good vibes only.